What's up, everybody? Whoever shows up for this. Let's do a quick little something here. It'd be a dance party. Or will it be a dream? I like that. Quite dreamy, yes? Quite dreamy. What's up, people? Whoever's here, whoever's showing up. I'm only be on for a minute, though. I'm gonna go catch a movie tonight, and I figured we'll see who shows up for a little while and have a little chitty chat. He is live, Lion Strong. What's up, man? It appears as though you're in a dream on your side, does it not? The lighting and the color, yeah. What's going on, man? I'm about to go check this movie out. I'm about to go check out Kingsman. You seen the first one? Kingsman? You seen the first Kingsman? Nah, do you check out movies often? I haven't been to a movie in the longest time. So I was like, I seen the last one. It was really good. And I got word that there's a lot of interesting things in it about Matrix exits and things. So, and a friend of mine went and seen it and said, "Yo, you should go see it on the big screen." And I ain't really. You saw Wonder Woman. I saw that too, man. Uh, that was pretty impressive. What's up, Mr. Bizzle? It was pretty impressive. It got there was a lot of jumps to conclusions in the movie about like relationship building and whatever, which I wish they would have developed the characters a little more. But as far as like the story and everything, was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. But Kingsman, yeah, I ain't been to the theater in a very long time. I don't really watch movies that often, so we'll see. We'll see what's up. But I figure I'd just jump on here and yeah, man, hidden messages in all the movies. I mean, it's really interesting to go back to older movies and revisit them. One that I was really interested in that somebody did a wonderful breakdown on was what is it? Beetlejuice. What's up, Jordan? Beetlejuice. What's the dude's name? Subtle Infinity. Look at his early work before he started, whining out about everything. Check out his early stuff. He did a whole breakdown of Beetlejuice, and it's magical. It's super amazing. It's when I was really into Subtle Infinity for a while. Then he just kind of started getting a little preachy and going off the wall and some shit. But I dig him still. But his early stuff, check it out, man. Check it out before he got everything's about the storyline. Supreme Gene, Flatliners. You seen it? I ain't seen it. But yeah, movies, man. It's really interesting watching them with a different lens over your eyes. Coming at them rather than being entertained, but to just kind of decode it and see the kind of, especially the really good directors, like the mastery in plain sight of revealing things. Like Stanley Kubrick. Well, come on, his name is Cubed Rick. Cube Rick. And everything that he did was about cubism. So when you look into Kubrick's movies, there's a guy, his name is, oh man, he's Jay Widener. Jay Widener, write that down. Jay and Weidner. Jay Widener. He does a whole breakdown on Stanley Kubrick and the moon filming and Space Odyssey 2001 and how it breaks down to cubism and how just brilliant of a director he was. That there was not anything within any scene that wasn't needed. Like how important those movies were. What's up, Rising Love? Mr. Bizzles? Supreme Gene, Flatliners. Yeah, man. I don't know anything about that movie. I don't watch TV, so whatever I catch is kind of just like if it comes across me on the interwebs or somebody tells me about it, I'll check it out. but I don't know anything about flatliners. But this Kingsman movie though, man, I'm real excited about it. It's the first movie like because after the first one, and I was like, oh man, they were really entertaining and there was some interesting things going on in there. You can go fasting tomorrow? Yeah, wicked. What are you gonna fast on? Oh, Rise in Love. I don't know. I'm gonna only be out here for a little minute, for a couple minutes, because I'm gonna go watch a movie. But I figured maybe we just talk about movies and kind of dig into the esotericism, the underlying principles within movies for a little bit, because there's a lot of good ones out there. And that's kind of why I was getting into Kubrick for a second. But all of these talks are just for me, it's like off the cuff. I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. I got probably like 20 minutes before I gotta head to the theater. I could talk about herbs. What up, escaping you? Talk about what's in this beverage here. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We'll get into a bunch of interesting things about herbs. Yeah, always. That's the only way to do it. I don't know any other. Whenever I have things planned out, I say planning things is planning to not have it go that way. It's way too many. You know, a lot of people think if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, but I disagree completely, completely 1,000%. Because nobody's plans go exactly as they want. It's like you want to try to get somewhere. Think of it this way: you look at a map, you try to go across country, and you tell me exactly how you're gonna get from New York to L.A. I guarantee it ain't gonna work that way. There's gonna be roadblocks. You're gonna have to get off this road. You're gonna have to go around this. There's gonna be car accidents. There's gonna be, inclement weather. Planning, man. I say you just gotta have an overarching idea of what you're doing, and then that's easy to do. Gotta improvise the whole way through, man. Improvise starting now. It's all the great comedy drama, huh? Geostorm, that sounds like fun. Pink motorcycle, no, I never seen you before. What's up? Yeah, improvise. Yeah. Whoever thinks they're doing it any other way doesn't know what's going on. Can't have too many plans. Mr. Bizzles with the Ouroboros. I got an Ouroboros tattooed on me. The red and blue the red and blue dragon from Alchemy. Because there's the single Ouroboros, or then there's the double Ouroboros, and I thought that was interesting. What's this? What's the Geostorm movie? Pink motorcycle. What's that about? Is that? I'm assuming. Is that? Are you just saying Geostorm, or is that coming out like at the theaters? Because I was just saying I ain't even on movies like that. Trying to wake up my people. Yeah, that's funny. Somebody I check out their channel. I forget his name. He y'all might check out. Y'all might know him. Is the dude? He sits in front of his refrigerator all the time. He's got the picture of a black cat behind him. Um, he's a cool little dude, but he was saying, what, the goal in life is not to wake people up. Once you learn that, your life becomes way easier. What was my last tattoo? When? Okay. What was my last one? What was my last one? I'm gonna think about this for a second. Which one did I do last? Maybe my knuckles? No. I think it was my Reiki symbol. I thought I showed you cats this before. I'll show it to you again. See if you can see it. I don't know. That one right there. See that Reiki? And there's a flower behind it. Yeah, that's the power symbol in Reiki. That's two different tattoos. They do two different times. Yeah. And when was it? I don't know. A few years ago. I mean, it's funny because I have two tattoo guns. I just haven't pulled them out because I haven't been drawing too much lately. I haven't really been doing anything artistic with my hands like that. What's up, Electric Tile? Yeah, I told everybody I'm only gonna be out here for a little bit. I'm going to check a movie out. What up, Charlie Francis? What's going on? It's sucky. You know, I'm seeing some people in here I ain't seen before, but yeah, this ain't gonna turn into a 3 hour. This ain't gonna turn into a 3 hour binge like I usually do, just going off the handle, saying some crazy shit. We'll say that. I don't know. Maybe after the movie I'll get back on, or tomorrow. We'll see. Um, and do I tattoo myself? Yeah, I've tattooed a few people. I let people tattoo me. If I get down with somebody, like one of my first tattoos was a friend of mine. She was a she was a fine arts major in college and ended up being a nurse. And I seen some of her artwork. I was like, damn, why don't you do something with this? She goes, I don't know. I was like, well, it's like, you want to tattoo me? She's like, yeah, I would do that. I was like, all right. So I got on Amazon that evening, ordered a tattoo gun. 2 days later, I was like, let's go. I was like, you tattooing me. And so she tatted a few things on me. She tatted this on me. I'll show you. Let's see. This is one of my favorites right here. If you can see it, there it is. That's a Dommel symbol for Ohm. And I don't know if y'all be able to see this because the light. I don't know. Let me see. There you go. Can y'all see that? I can't tell if you can see it, but that's my Gonzo tattoo. Fair and Loathing, Las Vegas, that kind of stuff. And what am I watching? Oh, I'm going to watch Kingsman. Well, thank you, Pink Motorcycle. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff, man. Or woman, or whatever you are. Or hermaphrodite. Or animal. Whatever you might be. My first language, Tamil. Yeah, I think that might have been one of them. I don't know that was the first, but you know, it's definitely one of them. Yeah, Pink Motorcycles. I immediately thought of that old LL Cool J song. I'm assuming you're probably younger than this, but if anybody knows LL Cool J, and this is a very obscure reference, it's called "Pink Cookies in a Plastic Bag Getting Crushed by Buildings." You figure that one out. Pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by buildings. Yeah, check that out. That's a hilarious song. And Milky Cereal. So even old hip hop heads don't even know those two songs. Milky Cereal, that's real good. That's hard to find. Or You Can't Dance, that's a real good one too. You Can't Dance, that's a real fun one. I'm showing my age, yeah, cause I know some. I might be a young hip hop head that got, I might be in my early 20s. Yeah, I guess if you do come out with some LL knowledge, you might know something. You're old and you used to ride motorcycles. Wicked. Wicked. I'm not old, I'm ancient. Remember that. There's a difference between old and ancient. The ancient ones are young. The old ones are just old. Timeless. This is true. Without time. And that's actually on my knuckles. See, if you read it this way, see, my knuckles wouldn't take ink, but that says Time. But if you flip it around, it says emit. So for you all right now, that says time. But if I flip it that way, it says emit. So you can be within time, or you can emit it and push it out of you. Emit time. Yeah, I want to get this redone, but I'm right-handed, so and I kind of want to do it because when doing it on your knuckles is a tough task. But whenever you're doing it to yourself, whenever you're inflicting the pain, there's a certain kind of because you're focused, it takes away from the pain of the needle. So it's a nice balance. So whenever I was doing my hand here. This is the first thing I ever put on myself. Let me show you all this. Oops. Yeah. Oh, here we go. That's backwards. Look at that. There we go. Can you see? I'll show you. I'll take pictures sometime and show y'all. It says that's Lupe Fiasco. Actually, it's his second album. and there's a woman on the first song that's doing a poem, and she says, "Check your ingredients before you overdose on the cool." What you know about the cool being too cool for yourself? And I dug the mess out of that. So I had to put it on my wrist to remind myself, never be too cool. Yeah, Electric Tom, man. I used to try to wake people up. Uh, yeah, that's the thing is like some people need a little bit of a shaking, a little bit of a stirring. I used to think that everybody. I used to be really on that hero's journey, that hero complex, that complex, that to a degree where my empathy will kick in too much, and I'd be like, man, how we gotta help all these people, we gotta wake them all up, people gotta know. And then one day I was just like, nah, it don't even work that way. You just you put your hand, you only got two hands, you can't pick up 10 people at once. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I might have a huge aura, I might have a big mouth, I might have a big realm of capacity to influence people, but there's only so much. There's only so much you can do, so you can't really be worried about. It's that old saying: if you're gonna let if you're gonna let people say something beautiful about you and it makes you happy, then people that say something bad about you, it'll make you sad. And so in that same way, I found like I can't pick up 100 people, and I can't. It it's just too much effort. It's too much effort outside of myself to be concerned with other people. Even waking them up, something like, I know that might be a little interesting jump of an allegory, but that idea in my mind works in a very similar construct. That like, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much that I can put on my own bodily, mental ego. This whole unit to say, hey, how much energy do I got? Can I help this person? Am I gonna let them affect me? You know. But yeah, what up, Soul Serpentine? Jesus only had 12 followers. Yeah, Jesus only had 12 archons following him around. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's I wonder. Sometimes I always think about businesses and how very high level businesses, they have people that are astrologers and people, magicians that are organizing and putting 12 important people into place, like the knights around the table. And I always wonder who those 12 people are in my life. I mean, I think everybody has 12 people around them, whether you're able to see them or not. I think you have 12 archonic forces that are, I guess you'd call them spirit guides. But then you could actually, you might actually find them in real life in person. And you start to vibe with the archons that are your 12 spirit guides that used to lead you around. Now you walk with them, and that's a whole different thing. That's like extra level alchemy, and it's very interesting. The past couple of years, I feel like I've contacted and unified with some of those people, and some of them off the internet that I haven't even met yet. And so funny you say Bodh Sativa. It's somebody, and there's somebody I know named Bodhi. His name is literally Bodhi. And very interesting. Yeah. And that one of my favorite books, the only book I read in one evening. Well, I've read a couple books in one evening, but it was Siddhartha. And that was a very profound book for me. I was like, man, what is this? What is this story? Why are they talking about me like this? What up, John Steven Fernandez? Brothers of a Pact, yeah? A pact. Yeah, and rising love. That's what's up. That's what I've kind of come to terms with and figuring out. Like, everybody is Neo. That's the thing, and there ain't nothing heroic anyone needs to do. Remember that. That's the most important part of life is, enjoy yourself. The highest good is happiness. And if that happens to be inspiring, if that happens to be helpful to other people, so be it. Because no matter what, you're gonna find times that you're not happy, that you're depressed, that you're upset, that you're whatever. That's just part of life. You can't let those. You just you gotta roll with it. You can't expect. You see all these people on TV and you're like, there are these powerful things, and man, how many down times they got. If you could see someone's entire life, It always goes back to like, people like, oh, I wish I was Michael Jordan. I wish I was as good as basketball as he is, or I want to be a great pianist. Like, no, you don't. Do you want to put in the hours, the thousands and tens and hundreds of thousands of hours they've put in, and the kind of struggle they go through, and the monotony, and the pain, and the sacrifice, and the torture? People don't want that. You think you do, but you don't. You and you definitely don't want to be just that good without the struggle to get there. So, I find a lot of fun in that. And I'll just, because the way I like to look at things, look at it in the sense of what a drug does. People want to get high off a drug, right? You want to get to that psychedelic realm. So you take your ayahuasca, you take your mushroom, you take whatever it might be, and it will get you there. But you need that to get there. You need that to get there, and it becomes a trick. It becomes a pony. It becomes it it jumps you over the gate. You're not doing it. You're not in charge. And as soon as that thing is done giving you a lesson, you leave. But if you know how to get there, you can always get there. That's the difference. Like, there's nothing wrong with psychedelics, nothing wrong with anything, and I think a lot of people should probably participate and see what's on the next level up, if that's the word, or in another realm. But I think the lesson is always in the, hey, let's figure it out. How did we get here? How did we, like you said, neocortex. What about neo's cortex? Just because you can implement something into your brain, as soon as that drug wears off, like, man, where'd it go? Where did the happiness go? Where did the whole thing go? Where did the experience go? And a lot of people, when you have these experiences, man, people tell you all about this psychedelic experience on whatever it might be, but then you can't bring it back. Like, in fact, you can't even, people that do DMT, they can't tell you anything about it. You might go on an 8-hour journey with mescaline. You might go on a 10-hour journey with some mushrooms, but you can only bring back like 1 minute worth of it. Isn't that confusing? So what was its real value? Where, because I haven't done those things, well, I'm not saying I haven't done all those different things, but because it's been a very long time, that I can get to those places and I can communicate it and tell you all about them, because I don't rely on the substance to do it. See, there's a big difference there. It'd be like sleeping on the trip. If you took a nap to get to Los Angeles from New York City, you took a nap that whole way, you just show up there. You couldn't tell anybody about the journey and how to get there. You'd be like, oh, just get on the plane and go. And I'm saying, no, here we go. I'll give you the roadmap. That's the difference. That's the roadmap to consciousness. That's being the map maker, the cartographer. Yeah. So let me dip back into what you all saying here. What up, Zenith? I thought you changed your name for a minute there. I didn't know. You was at church today, lying strong. Yeah, well, maybe here's a little trick. While you're there, start using your kundalini and your power in your head to start putting out some energy. Plant subtle seeds. You don't even gotta say anything. Top 3 books I recommend? Man, that's so many. I'm gonna do a show real soon. It won't be a live one. I'll just record it. It'll be my 30 favorite authors. I'll probably do 33 just to really confuse people. Be like, oh my God, I knew he's a Freemason. 33. He's part of the club. He's in a cult. Ugh. But I'll probably do my 33 favorite authors, and obviously I'll throw some books in there too. But I'll give you one, which is Walter Russell, The Universal One. There you go. It's still hard to pretend, yeah. Fasting will take you there, Rising Love. Definitely, fasting does. And fasting will keep you aware as well. I've reached the level, why do I come back to the everyday realm of shit? I think that's everybody's... you know what? Everybody reaches that level. And that's always going to be the thing. It's always coming back down to share the goodies, to share the knowledge, to share the wisdom, to whatever you found out, whatever you experienced, whatever you participated in, whatever You go on a journey, and the reason you go on a journey is so you can tell stories about it. And and most people, they get so tired of this life that when they go on one vacation, they just want to stay there. But if you've been on a lot of vacations and you've noticed a lot of things, then you're like, man, well, that's fine. This goes on forever. I'm immortal. What else am I gonna do? What other options do I got? Just I got time to myself. I got time to share. I got time to kick it in the dense realms. And on top of that, if 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 uh, if if what I believe to be true is I can lift this realm up by influencing other people's consciousness to a degree, then that hundredth monkey thing, that the way that I can influence rice, the way that I can make it rain outside, the way that I could do these magical things, if I can influence people's minds to be able to do the same thing, and all of a sudden there's 50 good magicians going out here walking around doing good things, if there is a good in the world, then man, there we go. We lift this whole realm up, like literally the whole thing will start to shake and just go grrrt, and then we'll all be where those places that we've gone, the places that people have been on higher levels of consciousness and better places, if you want to call it that, more balanced, harmonic places. We bring the whole thing up. And so I think that's why. If there is any reason. I don't know. What up, Love Katesh? Hey, Lion Song, your mom forced you to go. Just remember this. Try to look at it from different eyes. Just instead of because you obviously know the teachings to be a little bit unusual and maybe cruel and false and weird and strange, and start listening to some Neville Goddard before you go, and start looking at the Bible differently, because there is definitely amazing things in there when it's read esoterically. A la Sando Spinaci, a la what's his name, Donahue. Who just Bill Donahue, he breaks the Bible down lovely. And again, Neville Goddard. I mean, these are people that are Christian mystics, and they're pulling the Bible apart to show you what they are as states of consciousness, as archons, as forces of energy, as astrotheology. So you could really learn something there. So take it from that level. If you gotta go, then go and learn from it. And so whenever I'm doing this, I'm just scrolling through everything. So if you hear me stop talking, that's what's happening here. Yeah, fast is the way to go. Fast is definitely the way to go. Jordan Wheeland, how'd that go for you? Oh, Jordan, you did. Yeah, I told everybody the other day, put up a picture, and look at that. Jordan, you put up a picture. I thought you was a dude this whole time. Nice to see you. The Mighty Tron. Yes, it is the Mighty Tron, Natasha. The silicone-based Archon. Hey, what time is it here? Let's see. I got a few more minutes before I gotta get to the show, though. 30-day water. Daniel Benson, you wilding out. 30-day water fast and LSD. You gonna be somewhere else. You do that. Fruit fasting is a great idea. Fruit fasting is genius. My dude Don Tolman talk about the Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge is fasting on each color of the fruits. Red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, violet. Green, blue, indigo, violet. And you can do them like a day at a time, right? There's 7 days, 7 colors, and each day each day of the week coordinates with the color. And if you use that color to fruit juice fast on, you'll be influencing each one of your organs, the most powerful organs in your body, to clean them. I mean, the long way to do it, the real Rainbow Bridge, is 49 days of fasting. 49 days of fasting on fruit juices. If you did that, you'd literally be a different species. That's no joke. You would be completely different. So fruit juice fasting with the colors, you'd be doing some crazy stuff. And if you want to just clean up your blood, and everybody should look into the simple way to really get some energy and clean up your blood, is what's called the Kabbalah juice, spelled Cabala. three A's for the three apples, which is carrots, apples, beets, apples, lemons, apples. Three color apples: green, red, and yellow. And beets are good for your heart. That's why your heart beats. And that's why a beet is like red blood, because it's your heart beating your blood. Beets and potatoes are good for cleansing the blood. And so carrots are obviously good for the eyeballs. And you got the three colors of the apples. And then you got the lemons, which are anionic. A-N-I-O-N-I-K. A-N-I-O-N-I-C. Anionic. Which means that the spin of the energy that's put off by the lemon is actually a time reversal mechanism. There's only two things that they found, and I don't know who they are, that actually have anionic orbits of the molecular construct of what's happening within the lemon and the lime. And this is why the lemon is basically a sun resonator, and it's why it's so healthy and so cleansing. So check that out, Kabbalah juice. You see, Electric Tile, thank you. I seen the face of God, and yet you're still here. So you looked yourself in the face, huh? You ever got out of body and looked in a mirror? Try that sometimes. Natasha, man, I wish I was more stable in the OBEs in the astral realm. I end up getting a little too excited and go off on crazy adventures. I'm gonna get there though. I'm gonna get there where I can actually, navigate and stay focused on one intention, because that's always the tough part for everybody. There's some really good professionals out there that have they can stay in their mind and do it, but once you're out of body, it starts to be like, oh my goodness, this is crazy and so much fun out here. Although I've had some experiences with people getting me out of body or me getting them out of body where I've they're like, did you try to get me up last night? I was like, yep. Yeah, a May son. Rising Love, a May son. Yeah, it's a mother son, a May son. Yeah, very. I like the May in there. Something about the month of May, huh? It's the fifth month. The fifth month is Phi cycle. It's the physical world, and the sun is the father and the son, right? Yeah. I ain't gonna do all that right now. I'm not gonna go off on some etymological tangent right now, because I'll get lost in that, and I gotta go pretty soon. Mr. Bizzles, what's a good question to ask a person to make them think about to bring about their awakening? Man, there isn't a singular one, People will be offended by the simple things and confused by the very mundane things, and, different people, different strokes for different folks, man. There's, it's looking at someone's general mind and behavior and trying to just put a little bit of a, I don't know, sticking your foot in the door. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got their little thing, and that's the game. That's the fun part, trying to figure out what is it that how can you help inspire someone? It's kind of that's it. It's usually inspiration. How can you get someone to maybe it's perspire, Some people need to be perspiring. Some people need to be inspired. A lot of these things. Voldy Buddy's born in May. Let's see. Alright, well, I'm probably not going to get to too many more of these. I got to be to the theater at 9:25, and we looking at about 8:35, and it ain't too far from here. Let's see, Mr. Bizzles. Jordan. You couldn't keep your eyes open, Jordan? Oh, you talking about, Jordan, when you say you couldn't keep your eyes open, like in the astral realm? I'm guessing. Where is John Stephen Fernandez? The word fast comes from the word fastening, to hold strong or to hold tight to something. It's like you would fasten something to a ship. And it obviously also means to speed up. But the term fast is really about grabbing onto something, a concept, an idea, a physical object, but that turns into everything that a fast actually does when it comes to speeding up all of the processes in your system. Like literally cleaning your body out and speeding things up. And you speed up everything in your mind. Everything speeds up. And it also holds you to something. So you better hold on when you speed up. Mama Jen, I don't know if that was for me, Rising Love. I don't know if you said I'm the Mama Jen and the Mama Jin. The chronologer. Yeah, just enjoy college, man. Enjoy the experience, you know. I mean, college has something to offer from a social level. Use it for that, you know. Where Jordan? Where you say you're from, Jordan? I think I asked you before. You said you went you went to Fractal Land. Beats by Dre. I'll drink a straw. Drinking distilled water and getting dizzy. Yeah, well, once your body gets into cleansing modes, these things happen. You know, you gotta realize like you're re energizing your head. You're putting fluids into places it hasn't been before. You're dismantling chaos in your body. Literally things that are stuck in places they shouldn't be. Yeah, you can get dizzy. I mean, that is part of the spin, you know. It's trying to spin yourself back into being in shape. Lime is also a sun resonator, yeah. All right, Rising Love. I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I might be on here later. I got a few more minutes, but I might be on here later for y'all. Because I don't know where everybody's from, so I don't know. Megan versus Pagan, Electric Towel. I'll get into that later, but it's basically just the male and the female. That's all. It's just the male and female. So if you say May, there we go. What sign am I? Yeah, there you go, Voldy. You knew that, huh? Yeah, just that's just like, oh, Raw Zen, Cam. Yeah, man. I mean, probably you playing with them all the time. Or obviously the connection to all the chemicals that are running through someone's body. Like there's more fat there, so there's going to be a lot more um, chemical stored, built up within there. So actually massaging would be a good idea to remove all of the built up chemical trash from whatever's been in her system. Yeah, love. That's what. Yes, exactly. Southern Cali, Jordan. Okay. Advice on being with someone who isn't as awake as you? Oh man, John Stevens, that's a long question. I mean, there's so many answers to that, but yeah, man, it's you just gotta do. I don't know, man. I mean, that's my life. You know what I mean? My life has been trying to help figure that out. It's one of the burdens of like having had, oh, I don't know, 20 years of not having to do anything but study and connect to the spiritual realms. That when you're in this body, you're like, oh man, ain't nobody know what's going on here. Did I just come back down here from like literally like another planet, another space? How do I connect with these people? There's a lot of ways to do it, but I don't know. I don't know specifically. We'll dig into that later another time, man. Would I be willing to watch a movie and do an esoteric breakdown of it? Yeah, definitely. I've done that in some of my past videos. I did some breakdowns on urine and the JCJB resonators. That was a quick one, but um, hmm. Yeah, there's some that I can break down. I tend not to really go too hard on breaking down movies like that because there's so many people that do a better job of it than me that I just I don't like to be redundant, nor step on people's toes, nor steal information per se. Not that it's stealing information by any means, but just like if someone's gonna do a really intense video on flat Earth, right? I'm not sitting out here spending 2 months making this well document. So like for me, it's just saying, yeah, I get it. This I'll put a little information out there. So it's the same thing like with movies. Like I can't really put together a very good video, so I can do a little bit on that though for sure.